Where are we? Houston, 4-2, $120,000 out of pocket, 31,000. Similar return in the first 5 years.
Question: how do you calculate ROI?
I'll get to that in a second if you don't mind. I will explain that. I'm glad you're asking. This is McKinney, which is North Dallas. Probably a little bit of an older property, $40,000, a little bit more expensive. Again, similar ROI. Couple of things you wanna kind of do in order to accomplish this. You wanna decide on get your education in line. Make sure you got that nailed down, right? That's very important, right? Spend enough time on education and decide on the strategy. Multifamily, not a problem. Out of state, in state, locally, rentals, flipping, it's all good. There's no wrong here. Just make sure you're knowledgeable with that. You decide what you want to do. I'll show you what I mean by investment criteria. Make sure you line that up. Have a team like we talked before. This is very, very, very important. Focus. And what I mean by focus, I do events like this, every once in a while. And I know people attend other, speakers events or other events like this one. I don't know why we do that, but okay, that happens. And you go and say, okay, next week, or you go to an event, some guy talks about mobile home investing, and it sounds the best thing ever. And then you decide this is what you want to do, and for the next 2 weeks, this is what you're trying to do on education, mobile home, and then you attend another event, and this time there's someone who talks about multifamily and say, oh, that's for me, that's what I'm gonna do, and then for the next 2 weeks, you focus on multifamily and you completely forgot about mobile home, and then 2 weeks later, some guy with an accent talks about residential rentals out of state. This is what I want to do, good for you, and then you lose focus. Stay focused. It's not it's not a marriage with your strategy. You decide, you pursue, you maybe in 4 years decide to switch from single family homes to flipping, to multifamily, to doing some other things, that's okay. But at least for now, to get it started or to continue, if you're already investing, decide your strategy. It doesn't matter, even if you have 7 properties, it's maybe a time for you to switch a different strategy because you've learned, you're knowledgeable, that's okay. Decide and focus on that. And obviously, set yourself a timeline, and the best thing, the most important thing is to apply it. Everything we're talking about tonight is worth nothing to you if you don't do something about it, right? Nothing. So it's up to you. I will say one thing that I've seen some of my investors, they work in doubles. So like 2 friends working together, each buying their own house, right? So they're not buying together, they're just walking the path together, and they're really good at doing this, like they're bouncing ideas, they're holding each other accountable, they're kind of deciding together, analyzing together. So it's kind of helpful, especially when you get started, to do it. Yeah, I'm already seeing people looking at at each other. Good, that's always beneficial. Those who work together, I see that it's working better for them. You don't have to buy together, you just walk the path together. You don't even have to buy in the same market, just walk the path together. It's always, those that I've seen, I found it to be beneficial, just observing from the side, okay? My suggestion for you, take about maybe 3 months to collect the information and decide on your strategy, and then